Good evening. My name is Anthony Cartucci, and I was the ghostwriter for Friend from Yesteryear. Friend from Yesteryear asked me to make mention of what will now be said. This happens to be concerning an event that occurred on the 15th of August 2017. I'll begin. On the 15th of August 2017, Larry Geller was a surprise guest at Elvis Radio in Memphis, Tennessee. He was being interviewed by Jim Sykes. Jim posed this question to Larry, which surprised me. Larry, there's been some talk that Elvis was born a Jew. Do you know if there's any validity to that? I guess Jim felt, since Larry was Elvis' spiritual confidant, that he might know whether this was true or not. Or was it no accident that Larry happened to be in the area and showed up as an unexpected guest on Elvis Radio, but rather was sent to calm the waters concerning this revelation that has been brought to the attention of the fans in Friend from Yesteryear's two books, The Final Curtain, A Love Story Untold, and Elvis Aaron Presley, Death of a King. Were Elvis Presley Enterprises and Graceland officials involved in a decision to let Larry validate what the truth was? I highly doubt the subject of Elvis' alleged Jewish heritage would be brought up for discussion on Elvis Radio out of Memphis, Tennessee, without permission from Elvis Presley Enterprises or Graceland officials, or possibly both. It has been kept quiet now for 40 years. They probably wouldn't have touched it with a 10-foot pole on Elvis Radio where millions of fans could hear the truth from Larry Geller. So what was Larry's reply? Larry's reply to Big Jim Sykes was this: yes, indeed. Elvis was born a Jew, and so was his mother born a Jew, and so was his grandmother born a Jew. Larry then went on to say, Elvis took me over to see the grave marker he had made up for his mother Gladys. Elvis had the Star of David engraved on it along with the Christian cross. To the left was seen the Star of David, and to the right was seen the Christian cross. Larry then stated, you will not see that Star of David at Graceland. It's not there. Well, Big Jim was taken back when he simply said something to the effect of, oh, so he was. Now this is very interesting to me and Friend from Yesteryear, for the two books Friend wrote and released worldwide brought Elvis' Jewish heritage to the world's eye almost 4 years ago. Many have scoffed at this revelation and ridiculed the book because of this, but they apparently have missed the importance of why it had to be made known to the fans. Now, what's the point I'm getting to? It's this. When Elvis died on August 16, 1977, and was interred on the 18th of August, an alleged attempt to steal his body from the crypt supposedly occurred. So Vernon decided to bury Elvis and Gladys at Graceland after getting necessary permits. When Vernon buried the two of them, he did not honor his son's wishes. Gladys was not given a Star of David at Graceland. This can be witnessed if you go to Graceland. A cross is there, but no Star of David. Why? It was Elvis' home that he bought for his mama. Elvis' money. Elvis secretly kept Jewish heritage between him and his mama. Mind you, Vernon was well aware of this, as he was the one who wanted it to remain secret. And so in 1977, after his son Elvis dies, Vernon then apparently chooses not to honor his son's gift to his mother, the Star of David, when having them both buried at Graceland. My question for us as fans of the King is this. 40 years have passed, and not one of Elvis' so-called friends has ever mentioned this to the public. If Friend from Yesteryear's two books were not released to the world, it would still be unknown to the fans, for it has been kept silent for 40 years since Elvis' death, and nothing has changed at Graceland's Meditation Gardens. Why, after 40 years, no mention of the Star of David being missing from Gladys' grave marker? Why has it now been brought to light on Elvis Radio out of Memphis, Tennessee after 40 years? The fact That the Star of David has not been engraved on Glad's grave marker proves undeniably that Elvis Presley did indeed pass away on August 16, 1977. Had he faked his death, you could be certain they would have taken care of business in a flash and saw to it that his mama would be honored with the Star of David at Graceland, just as he had taken care of business at Forest Hill Cemetery in 1958 when she died. And now with the uncovering of the third birth certificate found after 40 years, we come to see how much this Jewish heritage was also cherished by young 18-year-old Elvis. For on December 28, 1953, he had his birth certificate changed from Elvis Aaron, A-R-O-N, Presley, to Elvis Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, Presley, and then presented to his mama in secret the guarantee that his name would go down in history as Elvis Aaron Presley, the name his mother originally gave him. Yes, the first high priest of Israel, the brother of Moses. Now this birth certificate was a secret they, mother and son, kept between the two of them. Vernon was never told. So how important is it that the Star of David be returned to her marker at Graceland? An 18-year-old teenager knew how important it was for his beloved mother, and now we all know, thanks to a friend from yesterday's book which exposed the third birth certificate for what it really is. The gates of Memphis have no clue to what it's about. And so it sits on the wall at Elvis Memphis exhibit, screaming for the public's attention. It's as if Elvis was speaking to us all from the grave, saying, "My Jewish heritage was made known by a friend from yesteryear in his two books." And then by Larry Geller on Elvis Radio after 40 years on August 15, 2017. You now know how I felt about my mama's Jewish heritage. It's important to her and to me. I honored her when she died with the Star of David on the grave marker. I showed it to Larry Geller. When I was 18, I had my birth certificate changed to the name my mama gave me originally, Aaron, the first high priest of Israel and the brother of Moses. My daddy, when I was born, changed my name from Aaron to Aaron. But now I see it has been 40 years since I died. Daddy buried me in Mama at Graceland, the home I bought for her. I took care of business when I was 18 years old and had my name changed back to what Mama gave me, Elvis Aaron, but never told Daddy. It was a secret Mama and I kept between us, never revealed. When burying me and Mama at Graceland, Daddy had no choice but to use the name I put on my birth certificate in 1953, and so my name is not a misspelling. I lived my life as Elvis Aaron, A-R-O-N Presley, the image. Yes, the image I was to the world, but my real name, Elvis Aaron Presley, would only be seen after my death. Why did I pick that year, 1953? Why not later? Read friend from yesteryear's book, Death of a King. He'll explain. Believe it or not, he is the only person on earth who knows why I chose to do what I did, especially when I did it. For it increased the value of my gift tremendously to Mama. But what saddens me is I don't see the Star of David on her grave marker at Graceland's Meditation Gardens. Why? Will someone please restore it to its proper place? Please see that my history be corrected and my story told correctly. It's all I ask, as I cannot do it on my own. Only you, my friends, can. Please, TCB. Well, that's what friend wanted me to read to you. So friends, what is not seen at Graceland is the proof that Elvis has been dead for some 40 years now. For not a day would have passed without his beloved mother's cherished Jewish heritage being honored at Graceland. This she cherished greatly in silence all her life till the day she died. Elvis knew he never forgot, so in the end of her life, he honored his mama by having the Star of David engraved on a memorial marker at Forest Hill Cemetery, Memphis, Tennessee, USA, on August 14, 1958. Will he continue to be silenced forever in death, as it was for Gladys in life? When will this injustice be corrected? When will true love be shown for the poor boy from Tupelo? Note the picture of the Star of David on the front cover of this book, Elvis Aaron Presley, Death of a King. It's laying down, with its 6 points bent out of shape, basically seen in a distressed condition. When will the distress be removed? Will the injustice to Elvis and his mother Gladys continue on? The historical record of Elvis' undying love for his mama must always remain a part of the story of his life. It was part and parcel of who and what he was. It's up to us, the fans. Make known the existence of these two books. Pass the word on. Never let it be said we, the fans, didn't TCB. The pen is mightier than the sword. Use it. TCB. I am Tony Cartucci, and I was the ghostwriter for Friend.